What if I told you that you can reach fluency in any language by just learning 1,000 sentences? No, I'm not talking about random words or sentences. I'm talking about the exact phrases you need for everything you want to be able to say in the language. This is called the language islands technique. And if you start using it, you'll be able to learn thousands of sentences in any language fast. I'll show you how it works. My name is Miquel Tellería Mujica. I'm a hyperpolyglot and language coach. I speak 12 languages, and I developed a fast and efficient language learning system in the Innovation Center of the University of Deusto here in San Sebastian. I've helped thousands of people, like students, professionals, entrepreneurs, expats, learn foreign languages fast without wasting time. And today I'm going to show you the most important language learning technique that you need to use if you want to learn to speak, actually speak, get conversational and fluent in a language as fast as possible. Obviously, language islands. Language islands are a very simple but very, very effective concept. You just focus on what you want to be able to say. You learn all the sentences that you want to be able to use in real life, in real situations, in all the conversations you want to have, all the topics you want to talk about, and all the interactions you want to have or that you think you will have. So focusing on learning what you need, you can become conversational and then fluent way faster. Let me show you how it works. The first thing you need is to write down everything you'd like to say in your target language. This is a lot of work, so I recommend organizing it in different categories. For example, the situations you think you will have, different interactions, transactional interactions, etc., different locations, and then conversations and conversation topics you want to talk about. Basically, a list of everything you want to be able to say in the language. First, the context, the topics, and the situations, and then for each one of them, you write every single sentence that you can think of. Things that you want to be able to say, not just random stuff, obviously. By the way, don't generate the sentences with ChatGPT. Use your own words, because you don't want to speak the way ChatGPT speaks. You can use ChatGPT to generate ideas and get questions to then answer with your own words. But use your own words. You don't want to speak like a robot. By the way, if you want to learn how to do this, I've got a step-by-step tutorial video on how to use ChatGPT to create your language islands. So, you've written a list of all the topics, context, situations, conversations, interactions you want to have or that you think you will have, and then everything that you want to be able to say in each one of those contexts or about all those topics. Now you need to learn the phrases. And the first thing you need to do is to translate the sentences into the target language, the language you're trying to learn. Then you need a text-to-speech audio file, or you can ask a native speaker to send you recordings of them if you want, so that you have audio materials to use as well. And once you've got all of this, learning becomes really easy, because these are your sentences, your thoughts, your opinions, your experiences. Maybe if you're telling stories, you will very easily learn them. So you start by reading them, the sentences, you read them, check the meaning, you listen to them over and over again, you start listening and repeating the sentences again and again and again, you shadow them, and very quickly, after a few dozen repetitions, you will understand pretty much everything, and you will probably be able to recall them and be able to use them in conversation. But it's extremely important that you repeat them aloud as many times as possible. Just by reading, listening, and repeating the sentences aloud, your ability to understand the language and your ability to say those sentences in conversation when you need them will skyrocket. But you also need to be able to remember those sentences when you need to use them in conversation. Understanding something doesn't mean that then you'll remember it well enough and fast enough to say it when you need to say it. And this is why you should also do active recall. What's active recall in language learning? Extremely simple. You simply read the sentences in your language and you try to say them in the target language. You translate them aloud into the target language. And then you check the correct answer, and if you made a mistake, you repeat aloud the correct sentence, and you try it with the next sentence, and the one after that, and so on, and you do hundreds of reps of this every day. This exercise is difficult, can be frustrating, it's not fun to do, but it's extremely effective, because you are training your brain and your mouth to think in the language and then say sentences aloud in the language, and you're getting immediate feedback all the time. And this is by far the best way to learn anything. You try, you make mistakes, you get feedback, you try again, you make mistakes, fewer mistakes, hopefully, probably, and you get feedback again, and you keep doing it again and again and again until you get all the sentences right, and you can recall them fast as well, because it's very important to be able to recall things fast in conversation, because you need to be able to respond, right? All these exercises that I just explained work really well to learn any kind of sentences, but it's especially effective if you do it with your language islands, your own sentences translated. Because, like I said, it's your own thoughts, your own ideas, your own phrases, and you're much more likely to remember those. Also, this exercise is great to learn grammar, because if you learn 1,000 sentences really well, it's likely that all the grammar that you need to use in the language is included there, instead of studying grammar rules. So forget about grammar rules and simply do this. If you want to give this a try to learn a language faster, or several languages faster, you can try my 7-day challenge. It's for free. You can learn your first 150 practical, useful sentences for conversation in a week with it. You'll find the link in the description below.